Oh, hey there. I bet you didn't expect to hear my voice at the beginning of this as I record this at like 5 in the morning. If it sounds scripted, it is. I had to get all my thoughts out there, so here we go. Hi, it's Kaleb with an important announcement. Creme Demented Actual Plays is going on hiatus following this episode. That doesn't mean we'll stop playing games or telling stories, but it does mean that the podcast is going through some serious restructuring. I started this actual play podcasting journey with a dream and a drive to have inclusive tables filled with amazing people who can finally have their voices uplifted, because I've been at tables where my voice as a queer BIPOC player and GM was ignored. I'm still holding on tight to that dream, but I won't lie and say that this journey has been sunshine and roses. It's taken a toll on my mental health at times being one person trying to do the job of at least 5, and as I come into a new state of mind and go back to college, I'm trying to be mindful of my own limitations. All that being said, the next time you'll hear from us will probably be this winter, as a bonus episode from Season 3 is planned to be out by then. It's a fun time including the one character that was absent from this finale, and I can't wait for you to hear it. Seriously, it's really fun. Remember that you are not alone, and that you are loved. The world is rough enough, so please give yourself some grace as you move through life. Take care of yourselves, stay hydrated, and enjoy the season finale of Abernathy Academy. Hello and welcome to the finale of Season 3 of Creme Demented Actual Plays Abernathy Academy, a Kids on Brooms game. My name is Kaleb Wade. I am your MC for this season. And for most of the seasons, actually, I've been the MC. It's weird. Unfortunately, you cannot see this, but I am dressed to the nines, and by dressed to the nines, I have makeup on. A picture and the link will be in the description of this episode, so y'all don't miss out. My name is Kaleb Wade. Once more, my pronouns are he, they, so he, him, and then they, them are applicable. I have with me 3 of my lovely players. Unfortunately, Anita could not make it, but that one. How can I word this? It will not be the last you see or hear of Detroit DeVille or Janira Evenwood. Anyway, I'm going to pass it over to my lovely cast, starting with Lola.
Hi, I am Lola, pronouns they, them, and I will be playing Elmira today. Also pronouns they, them.
Marshadi.
Hi, I'm Morshadi, he, him. I will be playing Juan Thopala, also he, him.
And last but certainly not least, Excel.
Hello, I'm Excel. I'm going to be playing, pronouns are he, him. And I'm also going to be playing Marcus, whose pronouns are also he, him. I do stuff correctly.
Do we want to do a recap?
Time to do the recap.
All right, so check it. Y'all want to hear some shit? At the beginning of last episode, we have some morning after scenes when it comes to most of our cast. Not Detroit, we'll get there for a second. Amira had a conversation with Rowan Abernathy and his patron Corvo, where the kind of questions were answered, and Rowan promised, like, hey, if you ever need any help dealing with a thing on the outside, let me know. We'll help you. You're not alone. I think Amira was encouraged, perhaps taking a few steps into a better direction, maybe like a less, yeah, fuck this shadow person.
Definitely. I think that trust is, or at least an easy, like a careful trust is there, and hope for the future.
Of course. We catch up with Marcus, who wakes up in Pyrrhus's room, and they have a moment in conversation together. A joke has already been made that Pyrrhus is the first piece of Marcus's hoard. Pyrrhus sort of lets Marcus in on their thought process when it comes to people abusing power. And we see their flame go from orange to blue to white hot for just a moment without them having their spellcasting implements, which is interesting. We also catch up with Juan, who, well,
he don't know how to shut his mouth and against someone who knows everything.
not everything, just multiple futures. And is much more experienced in divination than Juan is.
No, I know everything.
It's like, no, prop, I ain't got no visions. Bye.
See ya.
Which, with Professor Aerith Harvell advising Juan to be there for his friends because they will need him. As Marcus decides, fuck it, I'm not going to hide anymore, wearing a nice, what was it, a t-shirt, like a low cut, like a v-neck t-shirt?
It was a low, it was like a, it wasn't a v-neck, but it was the neckline was low.
I kind of want to like do revisionist history. So yeah, in like a tank top with like the sleeves like cut down to the hem of the shirt.
Basically, yeah.
with a nice low scoop. Marcus has refused to hide anymore. He's showing his scales. Everyone's just like, oh my god, he's like buff. And also, what are those?
Not Janera being like, oh my god, do you have a disease?
No, that was Detroit. Janera's like, he's a dragon.
Sorry, I forgot. God, it's Detroit.
It's like everybody knew. Everybody knew.
Yeah. Not Juan just reaching up and touching him. God.
Yeah. Pyrrhus and Janera already knew. But they were like, that's his journey.
I respect it. Yeah.
A council of professors and the headmistress with professors Florescu, Vigoro, Agosti, Yoshida, Green, Harvell, and Bellwether meet and convene, and the teachers are like, yo, this is kind of some bullshit. What is happening? Like, you attempted to murder someone. What is going on with you? And the headmistress is just like, well, maybe all of this is someone else's fault. Maybe there's some other forces at play here. Maybe something infernal. We don't know. With Professor Harvell lingering back and saying, I just want to see your face. I want to catalog your face in my mind as your kingdom starts to fall. After this very tense meeting, Dulcinea Abernathy, headmistress of Abernathy Academy, sees Marcus being himself and politely reminds him that the school's rules are clear, though Marcus is just like, I ain't doing nothing wrong. Are you doing anything wrong?
Am I wearing the wrong shoes? Oh, I'll go change.
Am I wearing the wrong shoes? Oh gosh, golly, I'm wearing the wrong shoes.
I gotta get to class though, so I'll do that later. Yeah.
Yeah. With Dulcinea Abernathy getting real close and saying that this little bit of indignance is cute, but the consequences for it may be a bit too hot for you to handle. The gang goes, oh, with Detroit. We cannot forget Detroit's part because holy crap. So Detroit, during the previous night, after trying to chase after Janera, is like, you know what? I'm just going to fly up in the night. No one seems to be stopping me. I'm going to fly up and see what actually is going on. With some fantastic rolls and some not so great rolls. Detroit discovers that there is an abandoned building or a building in not so much use on campus that was a former herbology or herbology. It depends on your tax bracket. That's my favorite joke. I'm sorry. There was some illumination within. When they get to about 5 feet next to the building, they plummet from the air. They lose all their magic, their spellbook, their broom, everything's gone. They twist their ankle really bad and I know how debilitating that is because that happened to me, and my ankle still hasn't healed properly. Wish I had magic.
Wait, you took a fall off a broom at a very high height and sprained your ankle?
You don't know my life, Lola.
Oh, clearly, you are the darkest horse.
What you say about me? With some quick thinking and some capitalizing on the fact that Professor Brendan Vigoro is so dumb, so dumb.
So dumb.
Detroit managed to get lots of photos, even a video of what was happening, which was Professor Brendan Vigoro extracting something from these very weird glowy flowers and having several vials of it. 8 vials of it. Thank you so much, Lola. Detroit made it out of there, got their magic back as soon as they left the radius of the building, or at least the radius of these flowers. But to themselves and getting their magic back, they tried to figure out in the moment what their magic meant to them and how it felt like. And as soon as they did, the tunnel of community that Elmira, one of the janitorial staff, showed to Amira on, I believe it was the first session, opened up to Detroit. And Detroit's like, well, I want to see what's going on with this, and ends up at the headmistress's office just outside. The next day happens, and the gang reconvenes in divination class, where Professor Harvell's like, hey, anyone who believes that the headmistress is doing her best and doing the best as she can, raise your hands. And when some students did, they're like, cool, leave. Free period. Go on. Professors Bellwether, Green, and Yoshida enter the room then after the students leave, with Professor Bellwether in having like an obscuring chant on the door in which they start to plan a revolution. The information about Brendan Vigoro and the flowers is shared. The threat to Marcus and potentially Pyrrhus is shared. And now here we are. A few days before the formal. It's the end of the semester. You all have been quietly planning and just biding your time. Detroit, unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately, we don't know yet, has been pulled away on a separate mission. One instructed to them by Professor Aerith Harvell. So it is the 3 of you and Pyrrhus and the students that stand behind you, along with several professors, to figure out exactly how to stop Headmistress Dulcinea Abernathy. And that is where we pick up. So, a few days before the formal, Amira, what are you doing?
I think that Amira will have been spending a good amount of time between their room and also, other than in class, with Joshua, just to see if there are like any last loose ends that they can try and tie up in this thing, or any practice with their own innate magics that they can have in a safe space, so as not to tip off the headmistress to what's going on behind, like underneath it, like as a grassroots thing. So
I think you can do both. I think Professor Bellwether would advise you to look for the students in the nurse's office that has been locked to even Nurse Colin Calloway, who Detroit saw that fateful night to fix their ankle, and who may or may not have been the person to tip off a government organization called Obsidian. about what's been going on. Because if we remember in last session,
That was
Pyrrhus
close.
mentioned that their cousin's partner got word
Mhm.
before they did.
So, if in that case, if we're investigating the infirmary and checking on those students, I would probably have find Juan to come with, because we were the one that we had spoken to Professor Florescu and Green about the fact that they couldn't get in to see the students. So,
Hey y'all, get ready for a lot of magic being used right in this episode. I have been playing very nice with you all,
ooh.
but now it's time. So better get in that roll 20 right now. I need both of you to make a flight check to see how quickly and quietly you do this.
With
All right,
magic?
then.
You can if you'd like to use a spell.
Mm.
But sometimes you're just sneaky, rambunctious teens. Also, am I coming through okay?
Yeah, you're perfect.
Okay, cool. Because like the volume thing wasn't lighting up on Riverside, and I'm just like, oh no.
No, you're coming through perfectly.
Yes.
Yeah, you're good. Hells yeah.
Can I make an argument for common sense as well, in the sense of having observed goings on around the infirmary, making sure that when we go and do it is times when there aren't extra people around, when the nurse is not in residence, for example.
Yes, and also I did not set the difficulty, but that is okay because quite honestly, the difficulty was going to be 10. It's going to steadily
Okay.
increase.
Okay.
Juan, if you'd also like to use your common sense die for this one, go right ahead.
Oh, it didn't sound like that roll.
I think I'm kind but fair. Kind but fair.
That'd be a 13.
Mm-hmm. I'm here to help you be you. Just pull out my Drew Barrymore impression. Okay. You still have your common sense die.
Yeah.
It is a planned action. And since all of you spent all of you spent a lot of adversity tokens last session for that unknowing spell of community, all of you get 3 tokens at the beginning of the session.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
I'm gonna have to use 2.
Okay. So you both sort of sneak. Nurse Cullen Calloway is taking lunch, honestly. But before you stands what every adventurer hates to see. A door. A locked door.
Like, is it locked from... Is there a keyhole or anything of that nature?
There's not a keyhole. But
The
it seems to
keypad?
just No. This is a magic school, remember?
I do. I'm just trying to common sense it.
Okay.
So, can I take out my blush and a portrait to fool the fingerprint scanner? Can I pull a Daphne Blake real quick?
Okay.
No, it is it's like a set of simple iron double doors that seem to open from the inside. But you would understand that those who are allowed to pass, like the nurse or those who normally are in this area, can just probably open it with a spell. However, with it being locked down to even the nurse, you don't know what kind of incantation is on these doors. You could figure it out.
As a general thing, do we know if there are windows to the outside, or is it completely enclosed?
It there are windows, but they're the kind of windows that are like, oh, isn't it nice that we have this view? You can't open them.
Oh, okay.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna do it. But you could fly along those windows and see what you can see inside.
I certainly could.
Yeah. How much of a space is there at the bottom of the doors to the floor?
Oh, not much at all. A frog could not fit under.
Who says I was going to send my frog through?
Because that's what familiars are for.
I mean, it's true. I was gonna, but you can't just assume.
How do distance spells work? Like, for example, if one was to use the unassuming feat to somewhat disappear, and well, I actually can't because I don't have enough adversity tokens. I wish I did.
Well, fail roll. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. If one was to fly outside the windows and attempt a unlocking spell from the inside, where you don't need any, where I assume that you don't need as many permissions to leave as you would to get in, if the door is barred coming in.
Gotcha. I think that it would increase the difficulty just a tiny bit due to how far it is. Like, let's say you're trying a simple unlocking spell on like a simple door, it'd be like an 8. You've probably done it before, you probably learned it. But seeing as how these are iron doors with no other way than a magic that is unknown to you, it bump it up to about a 15.
Okay. Right. So we're better off trying from inside.
I'm not saying you can't do it. It just depends on what kind of stat you want to use.
I think that in Amira's case, they're very good at fighting. And
I mean, you
flight
could
and running.
potentially use a spell that is a lot more obvious and blows up the door from the inside.
But we're trying to sneak in.
Yeah, so
it just depends on how y'all want to do this.
No, we're sneaking.
Yeah,
I'm just hoping I can lean on
you
one.
You could also potentially...
Most of my stuff is more like herbalist.
Convince Mr. Brains to get on a broom. You could attempt.
Well, one.
Yeah.
So, my idea is that, well, perhaps if we were to work our way in from the outside, if we had a view of the door where there are less permissions required to get out, we could unlock it from there, except that's not my best skill, if you understand what I mean.
Oh, so you want me to do it? Well, I mean, that'd be kind of weird. I mean, I think they'd see me climbing the walls. Like that you know, they always catch those the people who are all like Spider-Man climbing the buildings and stuff. I think they'd see me climbing the walls.
Yeah, but it's not uncommon. For people,
take a long time too, like it's climbing from the ground.
For people to be flying.
Juan, Teppo kind of like smacks you in your head.
Ow.
Like, and just like gets you to look at him, and as he kind of like mimics flying to sort of help you get the point.
Oh, you want me to get on that thing? No. No. We can roll. roll against each other.
Okay.
No, so bad.
Okay. How do we make this fun?
I would say
charm off.
the charm off. Oh my god.
That's a terrible idea.
Charm off.
We're
Let's,
both
like
so
I
bad
like
at
I. Hey, listeners, I know that usually when you want to like get not caught up in something physically or emotionally, it's flight. It's my game. Shut up.
Like and like Juan's just like
So
you
Juan,
start seeing him like just like no. See
So Juan, roll first to set the difficulty.
okay.
This is when you're gonna explode.
Yeah, I'm gonna explode like 3 times. Watch. Okay,
Okay,
that would
it's
be
doable.
that would be a 3. That's a
This
3.
is a snap decision. You cannot use adversity token.
Well, no. I. Yeah. See, no. So here's the thing about flying. I don't do it. Because flying is of the devil. You are not.
I wouldn't go quite that far, but I understand your reservations.
It's true. It's true.
Perhaps perhaps you mess with Marcus instead.
Yeah.
And
You know, that's true. That's true. He's really, really strong. I mean, you know, one thing we could. Okay, we could do this. How far is it to the top of the roof? Between like the infirmary and the roof.
Not too far.
Okay.
I would say that like this is like a 4-floor building.
Okay.
And like the roof is just a staircase up.
Okay.
I know how buildings work. Shut up.
I love how we're doing anything but trying.
But flying.
But trying the door.
Okay. So. Here's what we can do. We can go to the roof, and I can kind of climb down, and I can like step on your broom, and you can kind of help me down, kind of like an elevator. That I'm okay with.
Okay.
That.
Yeah.
But not actually on the thing. That's no.
We can do that. Okay. Okay. Let me just quickly send a message to Marcus, and Amira will get out their wand, because obviously this isn't public, but they will draw a little symbol on a piece of paper and tap it with their wand, and they just wanted to send a message to Marcus to get him to come here and be on this side of the door, so that when they manage to open it, someone can actually go in.
Hey,
or we could just blow up the door.
Do I need to roll for that?
That works too.
Yes, but I would also like to remind you have a cell phone.
Oh, that was a thing
but
that I
no,
forgot.
nope, magic.
I think it's
brains
the case
roll
of-
difficulty of 3.
You know what? The reason why I didn't use my cell phone is because I never really managed to get the VPN off Detroit, so communication is still being monitored on my
Amira.
device. Yeah,
That makes more sense. Yeah.
So this is why I'm using magic instead, and
But-
all sanctioned magic.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not walking it back at all, Caleb. This is exactly why. So, brains roll difficulty of 3.
Okay.
It's a very simple spell. you add your magic dice, so you're gonna get it. Add your magic D4 for the audience.
Okay, that
explodes. That explodes.
I
Yeah.
Okay, see,
So-
the thing is that Amira's really good at magic, even when it's stupid sanctioned magic.
So you got a 13 when the difficulty was 3. So for the fact that we cackled, with just the praise roll, Amira rolled a 2. Oh, so send Marcus whatever message you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
You succeeded by like 10.
Mm-hmm.
It gets there quick and speedy and without any sort of consequence.
I think it's this. It's in the shape of a rat, so it's kind of scurried to Marcus through like hidden pathways and kind of runs up his arm wherever he is. If he's sitting, it will run up his arm and kind of tap him on the shoulder, and he will hear Emira's voice in his head saying, Marcus, we are attempting to get into the infirmary, and we could use someone with your skills to be the inside man. If you come and open the door when we unlock it, then let us in from the back. Emira.
Rocky, your snake, just sort of looks at this paper mouse and narrows its eyes and then says, haunted friend mouse now? Weird.
Sorry, it's not a mouse, it's a rat.
I think it's just something from Amira.
Where are you, Marcus, by the way?
Marcus is probably in his room practicing something. He was just like standing there trying to focus really hard on something, but it wasn't quite happening. Although he did manage to like grow a couple inches, but then he shrunk back down, and he's like, dang it, I think and it says so in this book that you can't. All right. And then that's when the thing comes, and he's like, oh. and then he's like, no.
Marcus just goes, ha!
A paper rat just tapped him on the shoulder. He's like, oh, I forgot magic. Ooh, okay. All right, Rocky, you stay here. You hold down the fort. All right. I'll be back.
I distrust Rat, but I trust you. Rocky says, I still on the rat.
The rat will look at Rocky, cock its head, and then the paper unfolds, and it's just a piece of paper with a little symbol and pattern that slowly dissolves and disappears.
Rocky looks freaked the fuck out.
Magic, Rocky. Magic. I forget it too sometimes. But also you're talking snake. Like, I feel like you can't.
You get no words, but the deep-seated feeling of, we gotta get the fuck up out of here.
This place is weird, man.
This place is fucked up.
I agree. We'll get home to the cabin one of these days. But you stay here, hold down the fort, and then I'll throw on a jacket, all cool style, where twirls and puts it on, and I will head out.
So, a few moments later, Marcus, you are at the infirmary, but with no Juan or Amira. Amira and Juan, you are on the roof.
It's nice and cold, nice and slippery too. Just, why would you clear off the top of the roof?
Okay. All right. Amira, I would like a brains check difficulty of 8, because this is rather simple for you. With your wand.
Yes.
What is
Brains is literally a D8 for me. A fight is a D20. Flight
you will be able to use your magic die for this, because you are interacting with your broom.
Yeah.
One, I would like for you to do a grit roll.
Okay.
Difficulty of 10.
Okay.
Because this is scory.
Yeah. As I'm looking over, I'm just kind of paying attention to all the handholds right about, and I'm just kind of like, just my hand shaking, just like not grabbing onto the broom just yet, just okay. All right.
Juan,
All right. Yeah.
I have you. I've got you.
I trust you, Amira. I don't trust that. That thing. That thing. That's for sweeping, not for flying. Okay.
The camera just zooms in on the broom, goes black and white. It's like sad piano music starts playing.
It's like, a very unassuming, very dark wood broom. So.
The world's smallest violin.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to find real sad music for just that moment, and that's gonna be really fun.
Or just like, or just moments of just like, and like, it's just like, and the broom said, "What the fuck?"
Rude.
And the broom said, "Why am I catching strays?"
What was the difficulty again? 10?
Yeah, you got it. So you're, even though this is scary, you're unshakable. And Amira, that is a brains roll difficulty of 8. You will be able to use your magic die.
I got it. I got a 6 on my brains roll and 2 on my magic die.
Okay, awesome. So this goes off without a hitch. One, you are lowered, and you manage to find a window not completely covered with curtains. You see just the slightest peek of a door and what seems to be 8 students in the infirmary completely unconscious.
Okay. I recognize them because they're all just part of everything I've seen.
Yep.
Is there anyone else in the room? It's just them.
Make me a brains roll. Difficulty of it's a very like small opening. So you can see. I did not set the difficulty. You can't keep rolling without me setting the difficulty. You're gonna have to roll again.
No.
But
see, this is what happens. This is what happens when you're impatient.
I'm sorry.
Difficulty 18 brains check.
But I just got it.
Roll again. It is a snap decision.
All right.
So mean.
Look, y'all gotta wait for the difficulty. This is what happens when y'all don't. I've been kind to you before. This is the finale. Y'all gotta wait.
You gotta say,
I was considering the difficulty. I was like, I wonder what it is. And y'all decided to just pop off with a roll real quick.
Don't ask for a roll before you set the difficulty. Be like, at a difficulty of 18, give me a brains check, right? Because as soon as you say roll, we're going to get roll happening.
Do you want to run this, Lola? Really? You want to run this? You want to finish this story real quick?
So
you want to keep everything in your freaking head? Take the 18, but you're on thin ice.
I'll take the 4. I'll take the 4. My question is, since I'm looking around for anybody, say that I would know from the school, can I roll a common sense die?
Yes.
Okay.
You're lucky I'm nice.
Let's go exploding, baby. No. No exploding there, fellow viewers.
The dice tell the story, and the dice say you gotta wait.
I got a 6 there, buddies.
So take your adversity token. Since you failed
so miserably
by 5 or more,
by 10.
We'll get to that in a little bit. Roll your brains check for when you see the door. Roll a brains check to see if you can recognize any incantations. Difficulty is 15.
Okay. With magic.
See what it's like when you wait?
I don't want to get punished again.
We waited.
With a magic die?
With magic, yes.
Okay. Oh boy.
I mean,
Hey,
You never know. You never know.
magic D4.
Yeah, right.
it's the same
That would be a
It's the same
6.
exact thing.
That would be a 6. I am too frightened about what's going on. I'm like kind of sitting on the edge of this room.
trying to, like, trying to not fall.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're trying not to.
I've got my hand on Juan's shoulder going, Juan, it's okay. Just focus. I've got you. We've got you.
I don't know why I imagine, like, it's okay, Juan, we got you, as Amira slowly pushes Juan down. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
So that Juan can see the window, but it's like, shh.
Juan, it's okay. It's okay. Don't struggle against it. It's fine.
Just let it happen.
You can't recognize any, like, barding, like any warding, like, spells or anything that are on the door, but it is magically fortified. You can attempt any sort of lockpicking spell if you'd like, but without a bit more knowledge, this is going to be a bit more difficult. Or you could blow up the fucking door.
Okay. So the question I have now is, what do I know about the windows of the school itself? Are they magically, like, bulletproof, or are they just regular windows?
You've never tested.
All right, then. Well, I'm going to pull out earlier on. I mentioned that I'm from a town that is all about obsidian.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pull that out. It's part of my wand. And just kind of unwrap the dogwood a little bit. That's nice and sharp on the edge. I'm gonna see about maybe scoring the glass enough to be able to just pop it in.
I say you can do it.
All
no
right.
roll needed.
All right. Yeah, I just kind of just like a little bit, just an X mark. And I just like, Amira, hold on. And just, I lean back and just pop, and just kick it in. There isn't a shatter. I think it falls right on top of one of the students.
Oops.
I was like, ooh.
How interesting that you say that.
Okay.
Oh no.
As soon as that glass falls, and luckily it does not shatter, Professor Isabella Agosti, the professor in this room, looks at you directly. Well, isn't this interesting?
I don't find it all that interesting.
Doing a little light heisting, I imagine, as she sort of like walks closer to the window.
Well, I don't have any intent of heisting anything, but
You know what? I'm gonna randomly pull up a student's name. Suddenly can't think. Emily. Emily had some of my things when they took ill, and I just wanted to get it, you know. And it's been so long. It's been the whole semester, and I
thought I
just
recognized your broom, Amira.
Yeah. I just thought that maybe I could come and get it because it's been so long, and I don't want the semester to end before I get it back. So yes, a little bit of a light heist, but yeah, I know.
Hey, Amira. Make me a charm roll.
I know, right?
Difficulty of 5.
Okay.
I believe in you.
I'm like, can I add anything to this?
You're just trying to lie your ass off.
I know. Oh, no. I can This is this a stat decision?
This is a planned action.
Okay, so I'm gonna spend 2 of my adversity tokens to make that 5.
You see Professor Agosti sort of like do a bit of like a little bit of like gears turning calculus in her head for a moment. Probably shouldn't do this, but she mutters an incantation, and the rest of the window sort of like lifts off of its place, so that there's just a nice window-sized hole, allowing the both of you to come in.
Yeah, I jump in. I'm like immediately like, and like I'm a kissing the ground. I'm like, oh god, oh thank god, oh thank god.
What? It's okay. Thank you so much, Professor Agosti.
Don't mention it. I don't like playing the side of the bully anyway. And Isabella sort of like walks out. Oh, and by the way, watch out for Marcus's friend. And she unlocks the door and walks right past you, Marcus. On the way out.
Have a good night.
Do you catch the door and come in? What?
Yeah, I walk in, yeah.
You see all of these students completely unconscious in like comatose states. They are still being cared for. There are still like they're still maintaining sustenance and they're still healthy, but they are not gone to the world, but they're elsewhere.
Is there anything like hooked up to them, like feeding? Not feed, like. So, Detroit talked about there being this extract, like specific 8 vials, and there are 8 students. Is there some color to like the fluids or anything they're being given, or is there something in this room?
It seems to be, you can look and it seems to be rather diluted. So like maybe 1 vial can cover all of these students. Mm-hmm. But it seems that without access to their magic for prolonged periods of time, their bodies that have been attuned to magic for however long, perhaps their entire lives, go into a sort of like recovery state. And without the IV, they probably wouldn't recover.
Right.
But with the IV, they're still there.
Right.
And it is then, you know what? Juan, make me a brains roll difficulty of 16.
With magic, or are we looking at something else?
It has to do with your divination, so yes.
Okay.
Or with divination in general, so yes, magic.
Lord, today is not my day.
Okay, so 10.
It's honestly us all being punished for not listening to Kaleb.
Kaleb activated DM mode in Roll20.
How messed up would that be, though, right?
Oh my god, yeah.
Like, actually.
So your mind goes back. You don't get it, but like, take your adversity token. Your mind goes back to something that Professor Green said about the dreaming, but your brain doesn't really connect the dots because fuck oniromancy.
Right.
Oniromancy's stupid. It's not like, people don't think it's a real form of divination. Not like what you do and what Professor Harvell does, right?
Exactly.
But it's sticking to you. Something that he said about the dreaming.
I go over. I was like, what? I go over to the nearest student, and I take a look at their face, in particular their eyes, And obviously they're all passed out. Are
Mm-hmm.
they? Are they? Do they have any REM? Do they have any rapid eye movement going on?
No.
Huh. Okay. Well, I mean, you don't do that all night long, but like, interesting. All right.
So they're
Are
not
You
they?
got
dreaming.
one.
What was that?
What do you got?
Well, they're asleep, but they're not. They're obviously in a they're in a coma. They're deep. They're gone. Um, I honestly don't want to wake them up. I can, but I honestly I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Is there any? Is there a desk with any notes?
There is, in which there are notes on the preparation of the IVs. There are notes of how to dilute the Mage Bane extract just enough so it's a safe dosage. And there's also some scrawled notes from both Brendan Vigoro and Headmistress Abernathy about, you see words like dreaming question mark, need to block that somehow, don't have Milo sniffing us out. And you can tell that Brendan Vigoro pronounces Professor Green's name Milo instead of Milo purposefully, even in the way that he writes it. It's like they made it so that the IV itself with certain ingredients would block someone's access to the dreaming in this comatose state, specifically so that Professor Green could not figure out what's going on. But Goddess knows what that's doing to these kids' brains.
Yeah.
So if they're that deep, they would have mixed this essence of valerian root
Just
and
make sure you
see.
get pictures. I'll get pictures,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like we should all have pictures. for
And I'm
everyone.
like sitting there like Deku just like writing shit out, but like words are coming out of my head. Like
Do
I don't
you
understand.
do you say all that to us that what you just read?
Yeah, and I'm passing around the sheets of paper. Like I'm like not caring. I'm like just like reading through everything. So obviously someone's gonna know that someone went through all this because I'm like tossing papers
You hear
around.
the clattering of a coffee cup outside, like something dropping. And as you turn, it is Nurse Cullen Calloway.
Coming in?
Uh, the door is like, Marcus, did you specify that you shut the door?
No, he wouldn't have any. It was locked before. He doesn't know if it just locks automatically. Because if there's no like physical lock, it might just lock. You know, if it was just if it was they were unable to open it, so he doesn't want to risk being locked inside.
Also,
Also,
I'm
so
gonna be real here. Hi, in the brain of the DM, Nurse Calloway's name may or may not have been Cullen. It's Cullen now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that works.
I support it.
I'll make it make sense.
Colin Calloway.
He just like his like the porcelain like coffee mug that says "World's Best Nurse" just shatters on the ground as he drops it, as he looks horrified at all of these students in this state. And he just slowly walks in, just looking at all these faces of these kids that have come for broken arms, sprains, even a person to just talk to with Nurse Calloway.
Nurse Calloway. Well, I guess you can see it now. You're here. They've been poisoning them somehow. Like with Mage Bane, but they're also blocking them from dreaming.
To block out Milo.
Yeah. It seems that way. That's what we've read anyhow.
You see this big dude. He's a big guy. His frame starts to shake with tears.
Do we all know that these students have been cut off from Nurse Calloway?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Detroit discovered that in the last session, Nurse Calloway was not allowed in here, even as the nurse.
So there's Marcus like rolls up his sleeves and walks over towards one of the students, whoever's closest to him, and puts a hand on their forehead, and he doesn't look up, and he just says, "Nurse Calloway, look after your students." As I start to like cast a spell.
Okay.
I want to determine I'm trying to determine the condition of whoever I'm touching, and I cast a spell. There's a film of water that coats over their forehead as I'm trying to read, I guess, their vitals in some way, somehow.
Okay. That's interesting. I want you to roll for me a grit roll.
Ooh.
I want you to roll me using your magic die a grit roll difficulty of, let's say, this is something that comes natural to you. So let's make it an 8.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
Magic die is a D4.
It rolled the D4 along with it.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
You've spent.
Oh wait.
Oh,
I don't have enough. I don't have enough adversity tokens. Never mind.
Oh, I've been doing it wrong.
Yeah, I've been
Oh wait, no, I haven't.
No, you haven't. That's cool. Well, let's see. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Roll 20 is not not clear. Don't worry about it. You try, and you've been denying yourself your natural magics for several years at this point. The magic comes easily for you, but the answers don't. You can't really tell what's going on with this student, though you may try. Take an adversity token.
I need to practice more. Haven't used this in a long time.
You three get out of here. I'll make sure these students are up and running.
Okay.
If you need any help, don't hesitate to ask. Yeah.
Are the other vials out where I can swipe one?
They're not here.
Damn it. All right.
We'll let the other teachers know. At least the ones that we know are on our side.
Nurse Calloway just sort of nods and just... You see this sort of like steely determination in his eyes. And it's kind of fucking scary.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, what do the three of you do now? As you leave the nurse's office and the doors close behind you.
Well, that was yeah.
What did Professor Agnosti say to you when she?
To me,
Yeah.
She didn't
oh,
say
see, I
anything.
don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
She
I
just
thought there
walked past.
was something about Paris again.
Oh,
Uh, she told Juan to. Oh, by the way, look out for Marcus's friend.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was like, Marcus, Paris seems to be the target of bunch of teachers. Like this is what Professor Agnosti said, and
It's
I
a ghosty.
tell you, a ghosty. Here's what a ghosty said.
the yeah, that's they say that they can handle themselves, which I know they can. I mean, they're the best dueler in the school. But also, I worry about them. Um, they
Maybe.
were they they were the ones that you know how Pierce is really good with fire. And remember that fireball that was thrown that almost killed someone by the headmistress, and how
Yeah,
it just kind of like, whoop, like how it just kind of like went away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think, given Professor Agosti's warning, we should go check in on Paris, or at least, if they're with us, then well, they have to take us as a group, right?
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and I've been working on something. Demeanor completely changes. I've been working on something that might like be super cool when it happens. I've been going about this all wrong. I've just been like looking up stuff and talking to people. I just had to explore it. Like after that day in the classroom, I don't know what it was, but I just feel so much more connected to myself. And he starts walking towards Pierce's room, and he's like, I just don't. It's really cool.
I hear you.
And
And
I
as the three of you sort of like turn a corner, it's like, yeah, I feel like myself. I feel really connected. That's great, kiddo. As Professor Brendan Vigro sort of like stands in front of all of you, I am sure you can use that connected self of yours, and the three of you can help me with some preparations for the formal.
don't you have a committee for that? I thought that Detroit was on that.
Yeah, well, we're a little light on Detroit now, so I guess three of their friends will have to do.
Friends is a strong word. I'm just saying.
Come
Come
on.
on.
I mean, I feel like
Sure. We can meet you where we need to be. I just have left some things in my room, and I need them later
Oh,
for
don't worry
class.
about it.
So,
I'll just escort you.
huh.
fun.
Yeah, I'll just meet you down at the it's being
It's an
held in the
urgent
plaza. Right?
thing,
Right.
like
Yeah, at the
right
plaza.
now.
It's at the formal, right? We'll
Yeah.
go down to the plaza.
You're coming with me to the plaza right now.
You need some like
Okay.
some like boxes moved or something.
Something like that.
Okay, all right. Well,
I mean,
I look I look at the other two and I'm just like, I guess we're doing this. Lead the way,
Yeah.
hands in
Professor.
pocket, and 999 to Joshua. It's a very innocuous test, but it's a 999. It's like help to Joshua Bellwether.
Okay. Oh, what did I? Okay. Okay. Flight check difficulty of 5.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Uh-huh. Can I add anything to this?
Your common fucking sense die.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Just checking. 'Cause-
Oh my god.
that was
no.
2 ones. So that was kind of painful.
Caleb, turn off DM mode.
It's not on. There's no such thing, and I wouldn't do that.
We're just rolling so
Because
bad.
I feel like DM mode is just for, you know what? I'm gonna say it. DM mode is for people who want to write a book but are playing a role-playing game anyway.
Yeah.
You know, now talk your shit. I'm here for it.
Well,
Yeah.
I am.
So as soon as your hand slips up, and then Vigoro sort of like waves his wand a little bit, and you feel the weight of your phone in your pocket disappear and appear in his hand. 999. Wow. I guess you don't trust your professors. As he simply slips it into his vest pocket.
I've had interesting young life, so trust is not something that comes easy.
Yeah, I can imagine getting your family killed and everyone in your community killed.
I didn't get them killed.
Hey, tomato. Come on.
There's an instant change of demeanor in Marcus's
Murrow's
body.
fucking angry.
He just looks at Professor and just goes, "Don't go there. That's not cool." Also,
Hey.
what kind of professor takes phones away from adults? We're not kids. Come on.
The ones who are calling 999 randomly when a professor is asking you to help you with preparations. It's
Well, if
like
you're not
y'all
doing
don't trust
anything
me or
wrong.
something.
If you're not doing anything wrong, then, well, it shouldn't be a bother to you. But I guess, whatever. Sounds like you have something more to hide than we do. Anyway, lead the way.
Hey, don't get your skills in a twist. I just need your help. And he lets you all lead the way with him watching over you to the plaza. The plaza on campus is basically near the middle of campus. It's this like beautiful space that can be rearranged magically to whatever needs to be done. It's this like dance floor and stage and all this fantastic stuff that will be illuminated when the formal happens. But right now, it's the middle of the day in the winter, and it feels desolate and hopeless.
Who else is around?
No one else.
Oh, it's just us. Oh, that's wonderful.
Mhm.
That's great. That's great. Where's Dingus McDingus? Is he standing next to us?
Right behind you. Yeah, if you could just use your wand, set up some like little streamer lights. They're in that box over there. And sure enough, there are streamer lights in that box over there.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that. And as I head over to the streamer lights, I want to use my wand and just wrap him around in streamer lights.
Okay.
We're going there.
We're gonna attack a teacher? Okay.
I'm not attacking a teacher. I'm just decorating.
A teacher.
Yeah, we're having fun.
It's decorate the teacher.
Ooh.
Oh.
Shit!
No. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
This is a contested roll. So roll for me.
Ain't nobody save you there. Shit.
Roll for me a fight roll using magic. I'll just say difficulty of 20.
Oh,
Nuh-uh.
ignoring the
That's a
fact that the
difficulty of
difficulty
34. 34. That was an exploded die. Do not be nice to me.
Okay, difficulty of 34.
He may be a dumbass, but he knows he's still a magician. All right, all right, all right.
And he's also a professor.
No.
All right,
Oh.
fight roll. All right. All right, all right.
Rest in peace, Juan. It was nice knowing you.
Oh my god.
I mean, my fight is my D20, but like, whew, whew.
And then
Oh, my body.
Oh,
Nice.
I mean,
I exploded twice
that
on
was
my
so
magic
good,
roll.
but-
So
wow.
that's a
You did the best you
13.
could.
As soon as you go for your wand and even turn to use the streamers against Professor Vigro, faster than you think, he has grabbed your wrist with just the biggest smile on his face. You know, I was gonna do this a nice way, but thank you for giving me a reason. And within the next blink, you are sailing across the campus, colliding in the snow at least 20 feet away, with streamer lights wrapped around your body. So, anyone else want to be made an example? Or do you want to hang up the fucking streamer lights?
Well, apparently I already hung myself in streamer lights, so we're done.
I was actually going to say, can
Juan,
I...
you are unconscious.
I was going to say, can I... I was going to say, can I intervene in that?
How would you intervene, friend?
So I would use my guardian strength first.
Okay.
Just a adversity token for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the way I would do it would be just that I try to get behind and catch Juan.
Okay. Remind me what your guardian feat does once more.
When defending another player or an NPC, always roll both your stat die and the magic die, then add them together, even if they're not using magic to do it. If your check fails, you may re-roll the magic die.
Okay. Roll for me. This would be. You'd have to be quick enough to get Juan.
Mm-hmm.
Because Juan is flying.
Yeah.
So, flight check with your magic die, difficulty of, let's say, 10.
Gotcha. I'll roll it with the stat die, and I'll roll the magic die separate. Oh gosh. D4. Ooh,
That
That
explodes.
explodes. Okay.
You
7.
can, let's say you can re-roll the second magic die roll.
Gotcha.
Because you can keep that 4.
So that's
9.
That's 9.
Can I? Is this a snap decision or
This is a snap decision.
is it a snap decision? Yeah.
So as Juan goes flying, Marcus, you try to like rush and catch Juan, but he is just out of your reach as he goes flying and like collides in the snow, unconscious and wrapped in streamer lights. Professor Brendan Vigoro stands before the two of you with just this smile on his face. You gonna follow your buddy?
Nice. It depends on what you're gonna do next.
That depends on you. I'm acting in self-defense.
Fair enough. But like you're not gonna like attack us when we like turn around to put up these streamer lights, right? Like that's not a thing.
No, already got the idiot that tried. I'm just saying, do you want to light this candle or not? Because I'm cool either way.
I love
I'm
lighting
gonna
candles.
check on one.
You do that.
Yeah.
All right. And I'll start putting up the streamer lights.
Mm-hmm.
And it's at this moment you both realize this is just a power play. This is meant to break the three of you, to remind you what the odds are against you. One, you have a dream. You're standing at the formal, dressed to the nines, and all your friends are dressed to the nines, as all the other students are sort of facing to the sides of the stage but away from you. They are still like statues. At the stage, Dulcinea Abernathy shifts between herself and a more infernal form, but then herself again. Because you know what she is. You know how her power has corrupted. You look around, you see Pyrrhus in shackles. Amira surrounded by, are those brooms or books? Everything's hazy. And Marcus roaring, but unable to move, frozen in a moment of fury and terror wrapped into one. A hand touches your shoulder and is the face of one of the herbology students you saw in the infirmary. Eyes still and dead, but they are breathing and moving and talking. And all you feel like is a nowhere person in a nothing place. Amira, how do you shake Juan awake?
I think there's, when I get to him, there's a kind of careful touch and check of his breathing, and then there's just the lightest little I don't know. It's winter. Are we outside or are we inside?
Oh, you're outside.
Yeah, he landed on a snowbank. It's the lattice little snow down the back of it. No, I'm not that cruel.
I made the worst snow angel.
Yeah. It is maybe the waving of some like snap underneath the underneath the nose of a scent, like a light bit of magic, just like smelling salts to try and wake them up or bring them back to.
Tepo's just like sort of like slapping his face.
Yeah.
My mic. Juan, you come back to consciousness as Marcus, you finish the lights. There. Now ain't that beautiful?
Yeah. It's gonna look real nice and formal.
Are the streamers twinkling on me? Are they turned on?
I will say, the piece de resistance. And he, Vigoro waves his wand, and the streamers sort of like fly out around fly off of you, and then onto the last little bit. There we are. Now, hope to see you all at the formal one. Hey, don't get into any more trouble.
You too.
And as
pack up a snowball and just like chuck it behind me.
Oh, Vigoro takes Amira's phone and lets it take the hit of the snowball before. Oh yeah, you need this too, and just tosses it back behind him in your direction.
I mean, it's a brick. Amira's phone is a brick, so it's like
Oh,
it'll
it's
be
fine.
fine.
It'll
It's
be
a Nokia.
okay.
Amira
It's just
hot.
the disrespect.
Indestructible.
Magical Nokia.
So it's extra indestructible.
Yeah. Amira will go pick up their phone and take a look at it. Has anything changed about it, or just it's the same?
Make me a brains check. Difficulty of 5.
Okay. Okay.
Common sense because it's a phone.
Okay. Just checking. It's a brick.
It's not our time. Yeah.
Amira got a brick because they didn't
Don't
want to have to
worry
deal
about it. It's
with
fine.
phones, right?
Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Still sus, but
I'll
sure it's fine.
I'll walk over to Juan and just kind of like squat down, like that was badass, but like not the smartest thing, but badass nonetheless.
Yeah, I'm not the smartest. I'm not the smartest when it comes to that.
No, maybe when you want to go after a teacher or a professor, give us a heads up first so we can all do it together.
Yeah.
And somewhat even the odds.
It's the history of magic, Professor. I didn't expect him to actually, be able to do anything.
They've all been at this a lot longer than we have. This specific magic. Though I imagine if we got our hands on some Mage Bane, that might be a problem for them. I don't know.
Kaleb, since it's been a few weeks, have we gone to check out the building to see if there's anything out there?
I mean, y'all are outside right now.
Okay.
Which direction did Professor Vigoro go in?
Back to the school.
Okay.
What he wanted was done.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get our hands on some of that. And I can make any essence out of anything, and get it into anything. I just got to get my hands on it.
Well, let's go. And then I like I like whistle, and then my broom comes. And then I just the way Marcus rides his broom is just he stands on it like it's a skateboard.
Like a surfer.
That's so good.
And so he just has his hands in his pocket and he steps on, and he's like, "All right, you ready?"
Climb. We'll stay low.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot you have a thing about this, don't you?
I just imagine the shot of Amira and Juan just being as slow as possible, being careful, and Juan like just clinging on to Amira as like the Knight Rider theme plays as the camera moves to Marcus, just standing and like majestic on his broom.
Yeah, it's 100% the same way you see like a skateboarder ride down like a very long flat street. It's just confidence and just like I do this all the time. Not as graceful as D, but still.
In this case, however, as we're gonna go check it out, I saved them and didn't use them for checking my phone for the express purpose of being able to try and use them to use my unassuming strength.
Okay.
If we're
You
going to
can
be putting
spend
ourselves...
2 adversity tokens to not be seen within reason. Here's the thing, buddy. Within reason, that affects just you.
Right. Okay.
You've got one clinging on to you.
Okay. Fine. So I can't use it.
Nope, I'm
Just
sorry.
have to go careful.
You just got a vibe.
Okay.
Within 5 feet of the building, all of your rooms drop. I need all of you to make me a grit.
We're
roll
low.
difficult-
We're so low.
That's why the difficulty's gonna be low.
Okay.
Gosh. Difficulty of 4.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Y'all are
What are we rolling?
grit.
Okay.
Great. Okay.
Gosh.
I know I'm being cheeky. I'm sorry.
Barely made it.
I'm gonna use an adversity token.
Can I catch Quan?
It was
Like
a
it's
4.
not-
It's
I'm
a
totally
4.
fine.
Oh, right.
Marcus is
I was the one. I'm gonna use an adversity token here.
I was
almost
expecting
beat-
it, and I just bailed immediately. And
You
took 'em
almost
rolled.
beef it, Marcus, but you're fine.
I'm good. Don't worry.
But all of you, for a second, feel that flicker of magic go away from your brooms. But not you. You can still you as yourselves can still use your magic. Your spellcasting implements may or may not be a little shaky. But since you have found this connection to magic, you can still use magic. Funny that.
Okay.
As you enter the building, because I know damn well Professor Vigro did not lock the fucking doors. Because that would mean he's smart. And not a complete douche nozzle. You
He's
find
just
that
a
there
bully.
is one Mage Bane flower left. But the tools for extraction are gone. Perhaps in the days coming, there was going to be a final cleanup, but Vigro decided to harass students rather than do his job.
Yeah,
What a jerk.
Choices. All right. So what do you need to do this thing?
So, and I because I always have some tools on me, some herbology tools, and I just need the stem. The actual thing we need is the stem and the stem in the middle. So, since there's only one left, they're gonna know if we just take the whole thing. Okay. All right. So I think I go over to the flower, and I'm just gonna essentially surgically remove the middle of the flower and a little bit of the stem. We're only gonna have one shot at this. If I completely destroy this, we're not gonna have anything.
Hey Juan. Make me a brains roll, difficulty of 10. This is a planned action.
Okay. I also get a +1 when it's in terms of anything herbology or medicinal checks.
There is a fun thing that you can do with a planned action with a die. Make it easier for you.
Oh, just half it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
I feel like I had to remind you because I did not want you to roll like a 1.
I'll half the action, but let's just see what it would have been.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Let's see what it would have been for funsies.
Not bad.
That would have been
not
by
bad.
the skin of your teeth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have gotten the +1 though, so it would have been exactly 10.
Wait, no. That includes the +1.
Yeah, it's an 8 + 1.
Oh, no,
yeah, I
it-
see it. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would have beefed it, but you would have been able to use an adversity token if you had any. Do you have any?
Oh yeah, I got 6.
Okay, cool.
Almost.
Tight. Just so you know. Can we go around the virtual table and how many adversity tokens y'all have? Juan has 6. Amira?
2.
Marcus?
Also 2.
Juan has been beefing it.
Yeah.
Unless I got one from failing catching one.
Yes.
But I don't know.
Every time you fail, you get one. Unless
Okay,
you're
then I have
Detroit,
3.
in which you get 2.
Should have took that
So
one.
so yeah, so I'm like,
I have 3 then.
You've done
I've
this
been-
before multiple times with
Yeah.
various flowers. This is something easy to you.
Yeah.
Even
and
though
I
you
just-
hype this up like, we only have one shot, this you just go, clip. Okay.
Yep, all right, we're good to go. And I put it in a little vial and I just put it away. All right. Yeah, we're good. We should probably go. Is there anything else? I'm actually gonna roll use an adversity token and ask
do
about the
intuitive?
environment. Is there anything
Yeah.
else in the environment?
You see a shipping manifest. Like a shipping, like a packing slip for shipping. They got these flowers from somewhere.
And if I look at the manifest, where is it? Where did it come from?
Oh, what's a fun outside of the US location that would be cool for these flowers to be in? Let's say Italy.
Okay.
But seeing as how this podcast takes place in the fictionalized United States, we're never going to see that, right? You could take it with you.
It's true. He wouldn't. I mean, it's Dingus. He's probably not going to remember that he actually doesn't have it anymore. I just stuff it in my pocket.
It is sort of discarded like it's on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll grab that and take it with me. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, let's get out of here. Like, the last thing we need is
within 5 feet of one. You cannot use your brooms.
It's like, I guess we're walking back.
At least I am.
You get what you wanted.
All of you make
Actually,
me a. Yes.
Um,
yes.
I'm gonna say that Marcus moves 5 feet away from Juan, or 6 feet away, and then does hop on his broom, and then fly. Ooh, scared. I'll fly high enough to like see out to try to make sure that we're good. I'm like scouting technically.
Okay. Make me a brains roll of 10.
Lovely. Does this use the magic die because I'm on the broom? Or
I mean, you're using your eyes. You're not using a spell.
yeah,
What your dragon eyes see.
right. Well, that's that.
So 5 or more. You don't see anyone. You don't see anyone who might have been watching you or anything. Looks like you're golden.
Yeah.
I'll stay up there just in case. I go lower so that in case I fall, I don't like die.
Beef it.
But like not far enough away from one, but high enough that I can still kind of maybe get a bird's eye view, so to speak.
I think Amira has put their broom on their back and is walking with Juan, but directs him and them to kind of come through back to school from what appears to be a different direction than where they were.
Okay. This is gonna be fun. I want all of you to make a collaborative flight check.
Okay.
The base that you're trying to hit is 13.
Okay.
Collaborative. So we will add all of your scores together.
Can I, given that I'm trying to like throw off, I guess, a sin or whatever with common sense, can I also add common sense to it?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh,
Nice.
exploded.
Okay. All together now.
So 7, 9. That is a 24. It's smooth and easy. Like you all just like shadows in the day. You all make it to school. You all sort of cover your tracks, and you're back at Abernathy Academy. No one the wiser, so it seems. Are there any scenes that we'd like to have before the formal? The night of the formal.
I mean, I don't know what we're doing with this extract.
I mean, I just go back to my. I think I just go back to my room and I just like spend the evening, like macerating it all together and like putting it in a vial, you know. And it's not anything that we really have to play out, but that's exactly what I'm just doing that night. I'm focused on doing that.
Mage Bane flower is also regenerative. So you could, over the course of it was 3 nights before the formal. You know what? Roll for me a brains check, 1 to see how many vials you get. Difficulty of 11.
With a magic roll.
With your common sense, because this is something you've done before.
Okay.
You know plants.
14.
You get like 2 vials, 3 vials over the course of the night.
Okay.
With that last vial, it's a little sketchy, but you get it.
Does the essence itself cause the same issue as we were having before, where magic stops working within 5 feet of it?
No.
Okay.
You realize that it would have to have some contact with the body.
Okay.
Either ingested or skin contact or something of that nature.
Okay.
And in your experimentations, you would also notice that it is odorless and tasteless.
All right, that works. Time to spike the punch. No, I'm just kidding.
Just realized something. I have a question. A mechanics question.
Sure.
I assume that to activate any strength was an adversity token. Is that the case, or does it have to say you have to spend adversity tokens for that
It
to
has
apply?
to say.
Oh, okay. So I didn't need to spend an adversity token for my guardian. It doesn't say that you have to.
Nope. Get that one back. I'm nice.
You are a kind and benevolent GM. Thank you.
Yeah, remember this for the next bit of the session.
That puts me up to 5 because I failed. I got one. I failed again, and then that one back. So it's 5.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm still at 2. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Not rolling.
So, the night of the formal is upon us. Marcus, Pyrrhus has asked to meet you there at the formal.
I will do so, of course. Anything for my boo.
Juan and Amira, where are you? Also describe your fits for the audience. Let's start with Juan.
Mine is basically it's just a black leather jacket, turtleneck, and then I decided to get a haircut because like I don't know what's gonna happen. And I just don't want anyone grabbing onto my hair because I did have it up in a kind of a longish hair man bun, and I was like, no, I need to cut this down. So I decided to cut it down a little bit, spike it up, um, and that's pretty much what I did. And then just slacks. Not really going on anybody, just but spiffed up a little bit, kind of shined up the rock a little.
Capo has a bow tie.
Indeed, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where he got the bow tie from, but
Don't worry about it.
don't worry
It's
about
non-negotiable.
it. Non-negotiable.
Executive decision from your MC.
Yeah.
Amira, what about your fit?
So Amira was in their room and had kind of stared at two options, but after thinking back to the moment of community they all had and how they've all been coming together to try and put plans in place, and given how Marcus has been very steadfast in being himself and not hiding, they pick up and put on the second option. That option is this dark, almost midnight blue outfit with a it is sleeveless, so it is cut close to the sides, and you can see the shape of their shoulders and their arms, which are covered in intricate, in some cases quite abstract tattoos. It has a deep V in the front so that you can see the twisting vines that come from the center of their chest and curl to the bottom of their collarbone and over the back, which plunges down to the base of their back in a fabric that almost floats down and frames their back. So the outside fabric is this deep midnight blue, and the inside fabric is this painted purple and orange fabric with little embroidery patterns on the inside, as well as the painted fabric, moving down into wide leg trousers, but it's all connected, so it's one kind of pantsuit altogether. But you can see the tree that is on their back with little symbols like at the end of each branch, which symbolizes patterns and tattoos that were added by different family members in the past.
I know that's right. Before we get to Marcus's look, a knock comes on your door, Amira. Do you open it?
They'll look at themselves in the mirror, nod, and then go to open it.
It is Professor Joshua Bellwether, dressed with like a full suit jacket with like coattails, sort of trailing off. Like the suit jacket itself is a bit, it's sort of like cut off, like a bolero jacket with coattails. A deep, beautiful blue vest with like silver filigree. I think that's the word. This bright white button-up shirt with like the top button unbuttoned, showing off like a nice like simple choker with like moon iconography. White gloves, black slacks, and black boots. His hair is sort of like down and like loosely curled, so like the blue in his hair it looks like it's spread more than it actually is. Like, so it's like a black into blue ombre, and sort of like dark eye makeup, and he just looks so proud of you and so happy to see you.
Thank you. I thought, well, if we're all coming together, then what's the point of hiding anymore?
Yeah, figured I'd harken back to my roots too. As he sort of like tightens like the white glove like around his hand, and you realize, oh, this is a stage magician fit.
Yeah.
Ready to face the world?
Yeah. And I think I would have filled Joshua in on the us getting that little bit of extract and what Juan was working on, and the situation that happened with Vigoro, everything. So
I'm gonna punch him in the throat.
Maybe when you do, you make sure his magic is a little bit interrupted. I guess we could use all the help we could get.
Please. Brandon's magic doesn't hold a candle to mine.
Of course not, but it definitely does to us.
as Joshua straightens up the gloves, you notice like the sleeve jacket sort of like slips. He's not wearing his bracelets.
It's removing the focus, like, just for clarity, him not wearing his bracelets, those were the focuses for his magic, his arcane magic. Right, yeah. So.
Oh, I almost forgot. And without saying anything, just like a flick of the wrist, there's a top hat that he puts on with he sort of like holds out the top out, sort of like holds a finger out with like a little wink, reaches in for a magician's wand. Now any thoughts? And just sort of like lets go of the wand. The wand extends into like a little walking cane. As he twirls the hat, puts it on, and holds out his arm.
Amira will kind of give a delighted laugh and place their hand on his arm.
The two of you walk arm in arm, guardian and ward, ready to face whatever the fuckery you're about to face. Marcus, you were already at the formal, waiting for Pyrrhus to arrive. What you looking like?
So first, we're going from camera pans from the bottom up, right? Shoes.
I know that's right.
Black dress shoes.
Fit check, fit check, fit check, fit check.
So he's wearing black dress shoes, and then you see these sort of like ocean blue pants. And then as you get up, you see he's wearing a suit jacket that is blue on the bottom, but sort of fades into black as it gets up to the shoulders and the upper torso. Underneath that, he's wearing a black dress shirt with a blue tie and a vest that at first looks like a bunch of blue swirls with bits of black in between them, but then you see, if you look closer, they're actually dragons that are like almost swirling around themselves, flying. And then as you see on his wrist, there's a black watch. It's like matte black. And then as you see his face, I don't think I've ever described his hair before, but he has locked hair that is about shoulder length. And it's right now it's completely black, and now it's tied up in sort of a half up, half down style. And there's again ocean like blue and black accessories in his hair, at the tips and throughout his locks. And he's also wearing black round-rimmed glasses.
So as you're waiting for Pyrrhus, you notice some students file in, you notice some of the professors, you see Professor Yoshida sort of mingling, sort of like you see Professors Yoshida, Harvel, Florescu, and Green. And you kind of notice like where they're positioned. And like, oh, I get it. They're positioning themselves to be like the first points of contact if something goes wrong. And they need to get students out of here. They are ready for this too. I guess I should go into their fits. Professor Yoshida has
It's like, I'm still listening. I want to
Professor
hear.
Yoshida is in this lovely like black pantsuit with silver like jewelry. Oop. Wait a sec. Y'all froze for a second for me.
Yeah, you're freezing.
Yeah,
You're
same for
freezing
me.
for us, yeah.
Yikes. Okay. Where did you lose me?
Oh no, should I just leave the room again?
No, please.
Yeah, I heard
I think
pantsuit, and that was it.
Okay, so Professor Yoshida is wearing this lovely black pantsuit with like silver accessories that are like celestial in nature, so moons, stars, like it's a bit of a low cut. She's wearing this like gorgeous what is going on? Things are telling me I'm losing connection. She's wearing this gorgeous like dangly necklace that that just hangs on her collarbone and like leads the eye down to the pantsuit. Her hair is up in a bun, and she looks both beautiful and ready for a scrap. Professor Green is full out, like bright colors, bright dreamy colors, in this sort of 70s inspired like suit with a bit of a more modern sensibility. Professor Harvel is in a very earthy, very like jewel toned dress that is sort of like high necked, but with like simple, not ostentatious accessories. Let's see, Harvel and Florescu is in this. It's like someone designed this for her. It like hangs off her body fantastically. It's this sort of like dress that emulates rose petals. That as she walks and shifts, change in color to denote not only different colors of roses, but like roses, a color for the roses that like seem to denote the changing of seasons. She looks happy, and she looks at peace with something, which means she's ready for a scrap. She looks like she's ready, and it's a welcome change from the absolutely depressed Professor Florescu that we've seen. One, you arrive at the formal now. You see Marcus.
I head on over. Like, damn.
Yeah, I did it. You know,
You did it.
I did what you said. You
Yeah.
look good too.
Oh,
I'm
thank you,
liking the
thank you, thank you.
haircut.
Yeah. You really like this? As I spread open my jacket, and inside, in my pockets, I have 3 vials. And I was like, I really like the inside cut of this, and I kind of just grabbed one. But I really, really like yours. Like really, like just kind of grab onto him.
Make me Juan, make me a flight check, difficulty of 8.
Okay.
Just to prove how sneaky you are at this. Because even though people are like arriving,
I'm gonna use 2 adversity tokens since this was like what I was planning on doing.
this is a planned action.
So that would be an 8.
Yep. And quite easily,
Yep.
whoop, 1 vial
Like-
to Marcus.
Yep, and I just like, oh, this is really nice. Hey, this is, and I just like slip it right into the inside jacket pocket. Like, and I just kind of pat you down. Marcus, love you, buddy.
Marcus picks up what you're putting down and is like, yeah, it's real nice. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Have you seen Amira?
Speaking of, Amira and Professor Joshua Bellwether walk in arm in arm, and it is then you see Amira's tattoos.
Wow.
The tattoos cover most of their body because usually they are in the same vein as Marcus King pre-Pyrrhus. They mostly wear long sleeve shirts.
BP before Pyrrhus.
Yeah, they mostly wear.
Thank you, everybody.
long
This will be the last time you hear from me.
Love it.
So they've got those beautiful abstract and also some line work tattoos that kind of wind around their arm and up their arms, which are exposed in this sleeveless fit, and you can see the hint of the tattoos along their chest. But if you catch them behind, you can see that whole tree system with its roots.
Joshua sort of lets go of your arm and like pats you on the shoulder as he also moves into position, sort of like twirling his top hat and like making it like disappear with a bit of stage magic.
Looking good, Prof.
You too, Mr. King.
I just like give them both 2 thumbs up.
He is still walking with his walking stick.
Look
is
at
then-
all tatted up.
No, have this conversation. No, y'all talk for a second.
Okay.
Yeah. Amira, you look amazing.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure whether to wear this or not, but I just felt like, hey, tonight is a night to end all nights. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And these
That
aren't
is-
new. I think that with everything that's been going on this year, I think that it's time to stop hiding.
Show you right.
Yep, absolutely. And I try to get closer to Amira, but there's not really any place inside pocket to do the same thing I did.
Oh, there are pockets. There
Oh
are
yeah.
pockets in
Well,
the
I can't tell,
trousers.
and it's a little more awkward, I think.
Don't
and
worry.
I just like,
Mirror
do you
make,
like?
make another flight check, difficulty of 10.
Yeah.
Can I help? Because I'm clocking what Juan is doing.
You can spend adversity tokens if one needs them.
Okay.
I will just spend my 2, so I have 1 left. So this one's a 10. It's like, do you like mine? And I do see the inside, the 2 vials. Like, especially.
Yeah, so you show me those vials, I'll kind of reach out to, like, almost to be like, oh yeah, no, the lining is beautiful, and swipe one into my pocket.
Okay.
Like-
So here's the thing, Caleb. I'm going to let you decide on this one.
Okay.
I was intending on keeping the one that didn't turn out as well for myself.
Okay.
Amira doesn't know which one that is.
Okay.
So how do you want to handle that?
Then you do it.
Oh no, I know, but Amira just grabbed one from my inside jacket pocket.
Perhaps it's fate.
Okay.
It is then, after the headmistress has arrived and most of the students have filed in, that Marcus, you see Pyrrhus in silver.
And everyone goes,
Their hair is in like a not messy bun, but like a nice bun. They are wearing their gold necklace and sort of chain without the blue gemstone. And they're in just a nice silver dress. And as soon as they see you, they smile.
Sorry, drew a little bit. No, you look amazing. I mean, you always look amazing, but
Thanks. Marcus, make a brains roll difficulty of 5
oh yeah, that's fun.
because
It's gonna be fun for me.
you'd notice this.
Gotcha.
And add your common fucking sense die.
Oh, lovely. 'Cause I definitely need it. Oh,
You can spend adversity tokens.
okay, because I will spend, what was that, 2 of them to get it to 5.
You have never seen Pyrrhus wear silver in their entirety of you knowing them, and that dress looks a little hard to move in. Something wrong?
No, it's just I've never seen you wear this color. It's good
I
on you.
decided to, change it up a little bit. It's a formal.
It's,
Something sus.
looks a little, yeah. I know you like to dance. We're gonna be dancing here, so it just looks a little, hard
Little
to
what?
dance in.
I mean, I'm sure I'll do fine. And it is then the audience sees Pyrrhus Sefton walking out of their room in this lovely black and gold pantsuit with a sort of like sleeveless black top. Their gold necklace on display with the blue pendant and their rings on. Their hair loose and tightly curled. As they walk out, and 3 other students, 4 actually, including Tildy, stop them in their tracks. Hi, can I help you? It's more so that we can help you. We can help you not get to the party. And they all pull out their wands and aim them at Pyrrhus.
And we see this?
No, the audience sees this.
Oh, okay.
But
They should have made sure the Pyrrhus got there. Just collected them.
But you notice a familiar red bird sort of like scream out and just dart past Tildy's face fast enough that the audience really can't even see what it is. Look, I like you, Pyrrhus. I do. You're very nice to most people. We're just under strict orders to make sure that you don't make it to that party. So you're going to attack me and outnumber me. That doesn't seem fair. Life's not fair, darling. So, easy way or hard way? See, you seem to be mistaken. A little bit. Come now. We all know how skilled you are with fire magic. And they all sort of like reach into like their shirts and like the necklines of their dresses and reveal like sort of like red jeweled pendants. We're inoculated against your fire magic. You can't use it with us. Who said anything about magic? Oh hey, it's Professor Bellwether. Where? And we see Pyrrhus in this pantsuit and in heels, roll forward, take Tildy's wrist, and just throw her over their shoulder before just like punching her in the face.
Nice.
That's my boo.
And the other wizards look shook. Now, are we going to do this the easy way? As their necklace and rings start to illuminate, or the hard way? Marcus, Ember finds you and starts pecking at this not Pyrrhus. You get the vibe immediately. Something's going down with Pyrrhus.
I lean in real close and I go, Who are you?
Okay, fine. And it's a transfiguration student. Still in a lovely silver dress. It looks great on them. But Professor Vigoro told me to try and fool you. I'm sorry.
Where's Pyrrhus?
I don't know. Tildy said something about going to the room.
As soon as that said, it's a shove to the side, and I book it. I run as fast as I can, and there's just like seething anger in his face as it happens.
Before you and Juan can maybe catch up with Marcus, the tapping of a mic happens. Thank you for coming to this Apate Moon Festival. Headmistress Dulcinea Abernathy, who is in like this sort of like, it looks great on her, unfortunately. It's this like purple, like rich, like velvet suit. Just rich. As you know, we have faced our struggles, and I imagine like these words to be also like intercutting with Marcus just racing to Pyrrhus. Darkness has clouded over our once safe and happy school. And I regret to inform you that I know exactly where this darkness comes from. Unfortunately, my grandchild, Rowan Abernathy, unleashed something when he visited this campus. We are here to make sure that you are safe and you are protected. No harm will come to you. And someone screams as what looks to be this infernal hellhound pushes through and like sort of knocks over some of the students. It bristles and roars and flares up as more hellhounds join the dance floor. Unfortunately for most of these students, they have already partaken of the punch. They've milled around a bit. So as they try to use their wands and their magic, it fails them. But let's not focus on that right now. Let's focus on Marcus. Or more specifically, Pyrrhus, who has quickly made quick work of like half of these people. As Pyrrhus quickly like uses one hand to pull someone's wand hand like to the side, and the other to sort of like cross their arms so that they're sort of like, I can't move, as Pyrrhus has their hand on their throat. As someone's just like, the last remaining was like, I'm not afraid to hurt you, then pull the trigger. We'll see what happens. Marcus, you are in prime tackling range of this guy who has a wand on Pyrrhus.
Immediately. I don't even like, there's no hesitation. I see the person. It's on.
Make a brains roll, you win. Or make a brawn roll, you win. You tackle this guy with no hesitation as Pyrrhus sort of like takes the arm with the wand, lifts it up, does like a kick to the back of their head, and then just slams like their foot into their chest, knocking them down. Hi, honey.
Uh, yo, I like punch one stupid person. What? You okay? Is everything
Uh,
fine? You look good.
You look amazing. You look so good. Oh my gosh. The dragons on your suit. Hi.
Yeah, it's a custom job. You everything fine? You
Oh yeah,
good?
these guys are nothing. They can't throw a punch to save their lives.
Yeah. Okay. We should. You sure?
Where are your friends? Are they okay?
They're still back at the thing, the formal. That's what it's called.
Okay, we should go. But first, and Pyrrhus just kisses you.
There is a lift, and also a kiss back. Yes, deeply.
Okay, we need to save your friends. We might get too distracted. Okay.
Probably. Yeah. Again, I whistle for my broom as we exit.
Yeah, and Pierce just rides along with you. These hellhounds are menacing some of the students, and some of the teachers have also partaken of the punch, so their arcane magic is failing them. Professor Florescu, Professor Agosti, they find that their magic is failing them because unfortunately they were not part of that community meeting for various reasons. Florescu was depressed, and Agosti kind of played both sides.
Yeah. But you would have thought that if Agosti had played both sides, she would know.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I don't. What were Agosti's pronouns again?
She, her.
Yeah, she would know that the punch was going to be spiked.
Maybe she didn't. Maybe she knew most of the plan,
Yeah.
but someone caught that she was playing both sides.
Yeah. Okay. I think. Amira is going to try and stop some of the hellhounds getting to some of the students that have in their own way trying to stop some of the hellhounds getting to some of the students that have already partaken, and will shout, it's like, of course you would blame your nephew, of course,
Grandchild.
Sorry. Of course you would blame your grandchild when this was happening well before Rowan got here. And so this is just another campaign to criminalize or demonize infernal magic.
Hey, Amira. Make me a grit roll difficulty of 6.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Do I owe anything? Oh.
Go!
Okay.
Yay.
Okay. It was an 8, so it's okay.
Yeah.
We
Some of the
okay?
students start to listen to you, like, what? What do you mean? Like, and then as some of them are panicking, Joshua just whacks one of the hellhounds with his cane. And you notice that the professors, Juan and Amira, making me a brains roll difficulty of 12.
I
believe in you.
One got it.
Yeah.
Taking a verse? or you
You're
cooking?
busy.
Amira's busy trying to get people out of the way and trying to, talk that mad shit. One, you notice that the professors that were at your Let's Start a Revolution meeting are playing along like they don't have magic.
Okay.
But there is if you'd like to spend an adversity token for intuitive.
Yeah, I will. That'll be my last one, but yeah.
It's a panic.
The professors are panicking?
The
or
entire
everyone's panicking?
formal is
Okay.
a panic.
Right.
It's chaos. People are trying to escape. People are trying to get out of the way. You see Marcus and Pyrrhus arrive, and Pyrrhus assists Professor Green in getting some students out. Some of the students that were also at that community revolution meeting are also playing along. They don't want to tip their hands just yet. You all know that if you were to partake of this punch, you would be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she doesn't need to know that. Everyone remain calm. Please move to the exits. We will handle this. And very pointedly, Dulcinea Abernathy still has her magic. It seems the infernal corruption has spread to even the students and the professors, but don't worry, I will handle this. I will protect you as your headmistress. And she easily bats away these hellhounds in a show of power and strength.
Okay. How close is she to me?
She's on the stage. You are, let's say, about 20 feet from you.
Okay. One of the things I'd like to do is grab Teppo from my hat, pull him down, just kind of like slather him a little bit with the potion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Poison frog touching. Gonna hop over to Dulcinea.
And if I can, just kind of put him back on my hat, and
Okay.
just tell him, just get ready.
You have never seen a look of determination more ferocious than this moment for Teppo. It's like Teppo's thinking, now I'm the hero. It's my turn to save the day.
And
Marcus have. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. That is an action I'm taking. Go ahead.
Marcus isn't using any magic, but he has started to try to fist fight these hounds to keep them off of the fleeing students. Yeah.
And Pyrrhus is joining you.
Yeah.
You know what? Make me make me a fight roll. Difficulty of 5, but if you get 5 or more, you learn more about these hellhounds.
Ooh. This is my second best die. It's a 10.
Mm-hmm. Ah, damn. I think Pyrrhus is more focused on getting people out. So there's maybe a good kick to one, but you kind of take that one out. And you notice that as your fist connects with this hellhound, it doesn't feel organic. This feels is that not metal, but some hard substance with a bit of padding? Like a dummy? And you sort of look at it closer and you see the glamour start to shimmer. These aren't hellhounds, these are animated constructs.
I just kind of go, wait a second. This doesn't make any sense. As I'm still and as I hit one and I look at headmistress, I'm these aren't real hellhounds.
And how would you know, Mr. King?
Well, I fight things a lot and this don't feel like something real. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like flesh and there's a glamour on it. I just shout it all out. I'm not even I'm saying it to her, but I'm really saying it to everybody.
You see Professor Green sort of kind of look closer at these hellhounds. his eyes sort of illuminating with this sort of like dreamy energy. You absolute monster. And like looking up at Headmistress Abernathy, he reaches into his like jacket pocket and takes out like a pouch of sand, takes it, mutters something into his hand, and blows it out towards the hellhounds. That completely disrupts the glamour. These are training dummies that are on all fours, like dogs. A tense silence fills the crowd as the students realize what's been done. And Dulcinea Abernathy is for once at a loss for words. It is then one of the closed doors to the auditorium, the one, or not the auditorium. This is an open space. Never mind. Two of the quote unquote hellhounds are launched through the air with what feels like the ground starts to shake a little. Like is there a fucking earthquake going on in this fucking pocket dimension? As two of these dummies are like launched through the air, like with Dulcinea Abernathy between them as they fall to the middle of the dance floor with bullet holes in them. All right, everyone cool your jets. You see a 6'2", sort of like sun-tanned young man with auburn hair tied sort of half up, half down, completely unformal, sleeveless shirt, slacks, like sleeveless dress shirt, slacks, and like these sort of like leather and silver bracers with a emerald green gem on them. And Marcus, you notice one of the people that was in the photo of Pyrrhus's cousins. The one with the hat, holding a very nicely powered sniper rifle.
Magic fence.
Someone casted Glock.
Dulcinea is just like, what is the meaning of this? Dulcinea Abernathy, you are under arrest for, well, a whole lot of shit, actually. Hi, Pyrrhus. Hi, Patience.
Hi, Patience. Marcus.
I know. See, your nurse called Obsidian, and after that we got a hell of a lot of reports on what you were actually doing at this school. Glad to know we could see it for ourselves. Blaming infernal powers for the mistreatment and abuse of your students. An abuse of power that's just pretty fucking shitty. As to the audience, this is Coda, the man that Nurse Calloway called. He's like a brick shithouse. And you notice that Coda is using druidic magic. Juan, what does it feel like seeing someone use the forces of the natural world for once?
I look at this person and I'm just like, oh. And I just like, it's just kind of like, you know how that feel whenever you see like just that representation of yourself in media? Just that same feeling. Just like, oh. Like, how can I do that? That's kind of cool.
He kind of like gives you like a quick salute and a wink.
Like, hey, yeah, that's right.
Are you gonna come with us quietly? Or are you gonna do this the hard way? And Patience sort of like loads a certain like round in their sniper rifle and aims directly center mass. As Coda like cracks his knuckles and like gets his hands ready, like seismic energy sort of like focused in the palms of his hands. All I've done is try to protect my students from the dangerous and unclean. And then, Emira, I'm gonna give you this one chance. Would you like to punch out Dulcinea Abernathy?
Oh, yes. Yes. That level of kind of... I imagine whilst this is happening and distracted, I've come up onto the stage, and it's that kind of... It's a proper punch when you're punching through someone, because you're like... So I'm literally like, as she starts to speak, it's feeling like, shut the fuck up.
Brawn roll difficulty of 1.
I
believe in you.
Okay. Brawn roll.
No, I want to see how hard you hit her.
It'll not be fight? I'm joking.
Please explode.
Well, actually, no. Make it fight. Make it fight.
Okay.
Please explode.
I really hope with this. I want it to explode, but I don't know that I'm gonna get it to explode. Oh, yes! So that was a natural 20 plus 3. That is a 23.
This is amazing.
You think you break her jaw?
Wow. Right. And I think what it was...
I have done nothing but...
Yeah. I think all the tattoos on their arm are kind of glowing, and that punch was almost reinforced by the strength of like everything that has been given to them, their own magic, and it literally just straight through. And yeah, the jaw is possibly a little bit askew at this point, but definitely shut her the fuck up.
And as soon as that punch hits, Coda's like, ooh, nice. So Dulcinea Abernathy is unconscious. Brendan Figaro is just like, fuck, and like goes to run before Joshua Bellwether punches him in the throat. And just goes, and then just goes to Kajti Arts as his dinner jacket transfigures into a straight jacket. And Joshua just simply like sweeps the leg with a cane.
Marcus laughs.
Isabella Agosti goes, you couldn't have come a little sooner? Well, considering that your information was outdated and heavily prejudiced, no, Bella. No wonder you're a bad Obsidian agent. Fuck you.
The whole time.
Under order of Obsidian, for now, the school will be closed. We will work out with your teachers and all the higher powers to see where this place goes, but we will need an acting headmaster in the meantime.
Ooh. Not me. I nominate Joshua Bellwether. Is that a thing? Do we get a vote? Is there a vote for this? I feel like we should get a vote. Yeah.
And Josh was like, "Oh, okay, guys, that's nice, but that's not really." But as like the words sort of surge, like Bellwether.
4 more years. 4 more years.
Well, I guess I can be up to the task. If all of you are sure.
I'm pretty sure everybody chanting means we're all sure. Just saying.
Well, as acting headmaster of Abernathy Academy, take a load off and enjoy the rest of the night.
Just stop drinking
Don't
the
drink the
punch.
punch. The mage bane symptoms will reverse. If you feel like your magic is not returning, please see Nurse Calloway. Have a lovely night, all of you.
As I walk by and I just look at the old headmistress, I'm like, I pull down Teppo. I'm like, sorry, buddy, I guess it's not your night. Let's get some of this off of you. And I just kind of shake him off.
Teppo hops off of your hand and just like rubs all over her face.
Ooh. Yeah, see, you know, there's a reason that they diluted that stuff. That's gonna last a while. Oh, I guess that's
and
a
then
shame.
hops onto your hand and says to you, "It's over."
What did I tell you about? I don't want to know.
Patience walks up to Pyrrhus. Nice pantsuit, cuz. Nice cipher rifle, cuz. And they hug each other. Glad you can make it. Hey, I'm gonna protect my family. By the way, Pyrrhus, this is Coda, my partner in more ways than one. And Coda's just like, how do you do? They are as tall as you, Marcus.
What's up? How's it going?
Dragon, yeah?
Why does everybody just know? I thought I was keeping it a good secret. Yeah, half
Says
one.
the man wearing dragons on his thing and has scales.
And then I think for the first time, Marcus just goes. He reaches out a hand and he just goes, Ozik the Fallen. Nice to meet you.
Ozik the Fallen. Gotcha. Coda Orestes. And just gives you a big old grin, isn't bothered by it. Like, as you shake Coda's hand, you feel like the natural magics are just buzzing just under his skin. And maybe it's a sign that you can be as much yourself as he is much himself. We had a bit of trouble getting past the Arcane Avenue, but I'm glad we made it.
That place is fun. They got a nice boba place in there. It's real nice.
I tried telling this one to take the more natural path. I'm not walking through trees. I refuse.
You can walk through trees.
There's much about this world you don't know, Ozik the Fallen.
My mind is blown. Ozik just starts going like, wow, can I walk through? I probably can't walk through trees.
There's a few incantations I could probably show you.
Yes. Oh, but there's something I just figured out recently though. And then I will just go, hold on. Can you take this jacket from me?
Who do you hand it to?
to Coda.
Oh yeah, sure.
You
No
hold
worries.
this one? Yeah. and this vest, sorry, it's custom. I don't want to ruin it.
Of course, no worries. Yeah.
Just
And then he
stripping in front of everybody.
he takes off his dress shirt too. Scales there, and then no,
Pierce
there's
is
a
like,
point to this.
Darling, what are you doing?
No, there's a point to this. Trust. And then
Okay.
and then he concentrates real hard. As established before, he's 6'6" now. He grows about 4 inches in height, and his extremities he busts out of his shoes with his feet. They turn into like these scaled, like almost like dragon feet, and then on his arms they halfway up his forearm down. It scales grow, and then his hands turn to claws, and there's horns that come out of his head that sort of wrap around. He's like,
Sort of like
I
ram
can do
horns?
this. Yeah, I can do this now. I was gonna do it earlier, but there was I was waiting for like a really dramatically appropriate moment, but it didn't happen.
Pyrrhus is just staring at you. And they're just on fire. They're just on fire.
Hot.
Right back at you.
I like lean in and I give them a kiss. I don't care if it burns me.
Then Coda just goes, so, family likes tall people, huh? Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up right now. Professor Harvell sort of like walks up to you, Juan. Well, everything played out like I saw. Well, the punch was good. The punch I didn't see. But, yeah, everything played out.
You know, I guess dreams aren't not useful, I suppose.
Yeah, you're going to apologize to Professor Green?
No, but I may pay attention more in their class.
Good.
A bit more. Maybe actually read the book. But yeah, no, thank you. For telling me to, actually be there and pay attention, and yeah, don't make me go through this. Hey, you know what? Just avoid the entire awkward situation. I got on a broom.
I know.
You don't always have to say that. You can let people tell their story. I just want to let you know
It's
that.
fun. And I know that you have everything you need to avoid calamity. And Aerith sort of like winks at you before they walk and help some of the students.
I hate it when they do that.
Say hi to your grandfather for me.
Yeah. They said the same thing when we left.
Amira, acting headmaster Joshua Bellwether walks up to you. Well, this is wild.
Certainly. And
that was a nice right hook, though.
Yeah, it was a very nice.
I think you broke her jaw.
I mean, let's be honest, she deserved it.
Oh. I'm sure I saw Jacqueline go, yes, when you hit her.
Yeah, that was
There's
a nice little dramatic swell with Professor Vigoro.
Well, the battle's done and we very much won. So I guess it's time for a victory cheer. I have something that I've been wanting to ask you, though. Since you are my ward, you don't have to, but with like a flick of his hand, adoption paperwork is put in front of you. This means they won't be able to separate us. And I want to... Kid, don't make me cry. This took work.
Amira's crying. Yeah. I'm not gonna change my name. but
Of course, and you don't have to
100%
call me
yes.
dad.
I'm never gonna call you dad.
Oh, thank the goddess. Whew, because that would be weird.
Yeah. But thank you, Joshua. It
You're
means a
welcome,
lot.
Amira. So, as this night ends, let's get into an epilogue. Marcus, where do we find you as Abernathy Academy changes once more? At the end of your winter semester, and as you head home for the break, or an impromptu break because y'all aren't gonna be here. Where do we find you? You're muted.
Lovely. I'm a professional, everybody. But I'm in my normal form again, my more humanoid form, and but I'm not wearing the turtleneck or anything. I'm being myself. Well, actually, I'm going home, so I should probably hide the scales from the normal people. Still, it's a thing.
There's easy glamours.
Fair. But I'm just I think I have my bag, and I head to Pierce's room. Before I go, I got Rocky wrapped around my neck like a scarf.
The door is cracked, and you hear, yeah, but I don't know if he's gonna go for it. I mean, are you sure? I mean, I can ask him, and okay. Yes, I'm practicing with other elements than fire or temperance. Jeez.
Knock knock.
Oh, I gotta go. Love you. Bye. Hi. And Pyrrhus opens the door. They're in that canary yellow once more, and this sort of like lovely sundress, which feels a bit odd for the winter.
No, I get it, because you don't need to, because you run hot, right? Yeah.
Then I'm gonna go, and then I'm going to a warmer climate for the break.
It's like an instant transmission or
Kinda, yeah.
transportation type thing. Yeah.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay. I kind of had to apologize to Tildy for breaking her nose, but I mean, she
Tildy,
attacked
you
me
don't have to
first,
apologize.
so it wasn't wholehearted.
Yeah, but I mean, doing work for the evil headmistress has got to be like, I feel like they should all be put in jail too, but that's just my opinion. It's fine.
I mean, they could make the excuse that they were being conditioned and like used and like power imbalances, so
Yeah.
they'll probably get off lenient, but they'll be changed by this, I think.
I don't know why they thought they could take you on, huh?
I know. It's almost like they brought knives to a gunfight.
A cat's Glock. Yeah, it's a good time. But I just wanted to see you, before heading out.
You heading back to Colorado?
Yeah, Rocky wants to get home. Named after the Rocky Mountains, Yeah.
Well, I just got off the phone with one of my cousins, and they asked if you'd want to come to Egypt to visit.
With you, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, of course it's with you.
Stay there for maybe a week. Get away from all this. Temperance is kind of pissed that Patience got to meet you before they did.
I am awesome. Anyone should be jealous that someone else got to meet me first.
Of course. They should be more jealous of me because I get to see you every day.
You get to see me anytime. Anytime.
So would you prefer Ozic or Marcus?
If it comes from your mouth, I love it.
Cheese. And Pyrrha sort of like wraps their arms around you as best they can, sort of like standing on their tippy toes. I gotta say that seeing part of the true you at the formal was rather exciting.
I showed you my dragon form. Please respond. Yeah.
And I'm responding as Pyrrhus kisses you, and the two of you are enveloped in flame that does not hurt, but is just warm, comforting, and hopeful for the future. Juan, where do we find you? You're muted.
Professionals, everybody.
Professionals. We're all professionals. So you find me back home.
Mm-hmm.
Family's gathered around. It's about mid-afternoon, and I think they're like trying to look for me because they're not. I'm not actually around them because I'm off on the beach, and around me are different various materials. And what I'm doing is carving out my own broom. And I'm using natural leaves and natural limbs and just carving different everything, and I'm wrapping things around. And there's like lots of different ones that are tossed aside because they don't feel right. And something about on the beach itself is what I'm missing. And I think that I like lay down the one I have, and it's just a random limb that I found, and it's got like several fronds in the back, and I've tied it up with some rope, and I head out into the surf, and I just kind of like sit there waiting for the waves to hit me, and I'm just like letting it hit back and forth. Tempo is just like sitting on my hat, and I think I suddenly just like reach down, and like out comes just this oyster shell, just a half of it, and that's what I was missing. And I go back and just like push it on when I'm like, I don't know where this, and just like I think like, you know what, it belongs in the front, and something changes, and I just okay, and I just like mount it, and it just like lifts up with me. I'm like, oh god, okay. And I just slowly raise up into the sky, just over the treetops, and I'm okay with it, just floating around my village. And I think I just decided, it's okay to fly as long as I've made it myself.
And you see your grandfather just sort of, I think the camera sees your grandfather stare up at you, finally flying, and with like a knowing smile that everything is going to be okay. Emira, where do we find you?
See, I almost wanted to stay muted just to do the same as everybody else.
Just for the bit.
Yeah, it was so tempting. So you find a mirror. That's cool. Like, I guess the school is kind of closed, but Joshua is there,
I guess
right?
you'd be in San Francisco,
Okay.
where Joshua is, where Joshua lives.
So, yeah, we're outside of the pocket dimension that they've been in for years. They never left for summer or like breaks. So this is probably the first time they've officially been out.
And Joshua's sort of like talking your ear off. Oh, there's this great pho place down the street from my place, and we can order out, and we can like, and just talking about like all the great food and all the great attractions, like selling you on the world.
Yeah, I think Amira has it's still kind of looking over their shoulder, but it is like, yeah, no, that sounds great. I'm really excited to try it. But they've got that card in their pocket, and they're just like running their finger over the number, and I think they've set for themselves that, yeah, later I think they're going to be making a call. Like, we're here, we're outside, we have a place to be, and we're not hiding anymore.
Oh, hey, there's my old stage. And like you see this sort of like big performance space, like this open performance space, as sort of Joshua sort of like walks down the steps and leads you down and like touches like the wood. I got my start here.
Would you care to give a little encore? I've even got some flowers for you. Just...
You're working on your sleight of hand. Good. Yeah. You're gonna need it. Listen, of course I will, but there is something that I want to talk to you about. And Juan and Marcus and Detroit. When we reinstitute the school, I need students that can rise to the challenge, that can do the things you four did. I was looking in the old manuscripts and all the headmaster blah blah blah, and I noticed this concept for guardians of the school. How would you feel about reinstating that?
I think that sounds like something I could do. Gotta protect somewhere.
Okay, hold up. And then Josh goes to like hop up, but wait a second, I'm magic. Itatival. And he just levitates up onto the stage. Thank you for an encore performance of the one and only Zephyr Drake.
There's a like clapping that is but like they're trying to do it so it seems like it's coming from around the like a little stage effect of her.
And as this little magic show comes to a start, this season comes to an end. Thank you so much for listening and being a part of Abernathy Academy, a Kids on Brooms game. My name is Kaleb Wade. I have been your MC throughout all of this, and though Anita could not be with us, who played Detroit DeVille, their links will be in the description of this episode and where you can find them. You can find me on most of the places at Kaleb is Balak. That is KalebIsBelak. I have a little card thingy that you can click so you can find all of the links. With no Twitter but one blue sky on there. So yeah, come say hi. Gosh golly, this was amazing, and I could not have done it without my players, who, since I didn't do this in the intro, can save the school from a magical threat. Speaking of my players, let's go with Morshadi first.
Hello, I am Warshadi. I played Juan Tapla. You can find me on pretty much any social media as Morshadi, except for Twitter, where I can't get the Morshadi because some guy's been holding on to it since 2012. Eventually, I'll get it probably, or the website will just crash. You can find me there as more_shoddy. But thank you so much, Caleb, for this game. This has been so fantastic. At this point of the show, I'm now like so Twitch famous, I'm sure. But I know I've played at least one game with my friends because we are scheduled for tomorrow. So thank you so much to you and to the other players. This has been so fantastic, and I can't wait to see what happens from here.
Lola.
Hi, I am Lola, and I have been Amira. You can find me, Lola, at Third Fault Yarns pretty much everywhere there are socials. Whether they're updated, different question. But you can also find me at thirdfaultyarns.com, where I sell yarn, because I do yarn stuff. But you can also find my games on itch.io under Johnson O'Fair. And yeah, that's it from me, but thank you so much for the wonder and fun and joy that was this game. I've enjoyed myself so much, and for everyone listening, thank you for listening. Give Caleb their roses.
Aww. Last but certainly not least, Extel.
Hello, everyone. That's me. I was born with that name. My name is Extel. My pronouns are him. I've played Marcus, aka, I guess it's really Isaac the Fallen, aka Marcus King.
Yeah.
But, I love this game. I want to play it again. I love this character. I love playing with y'all. I love the story. I want more. Give me more. But I'll stop obsessing over this and continue with the rest of my outro. You can find me at Xtrill the King. It's EXTRILL the King, all one word. On all the socials except Facebook. I'm not there. Don't look for me there. If you see me there, it's not me. Sorry to tell you. You can also catch me on Take Your Roll, where I storytell Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle called Blood Tax, which by the time you're hearing this episode may have already started. January 3rd is our when we start, I believe. It's a Wednesday. Whatever the first Wednesday of January is that day. And it's going to be season 3, and you get to see me behind the screen and torturing my players with consent, of course.
Consent is always important. As a final note, I think what will be fun is a little after credit scene. We see Patience Morrison sort of like looking at a tablet of potentials for the Rook initiative. No. And on the screen, we see names like Felix something, Natalia Anton Cook, Detroit DeVille. Just various names. No. Huh. This one might be interesting. as they pull up the information of a young man from New Halcyon City named Fern Clark. And that's where we'll end it. Have a nice night, everybody. Bye!
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Abernathy Academy, a Kids on Brooms game for Crend-Demented actual plays. This season was recorded in Riverside.fm and edited in Audacity, with music and sound effects from Epidemic Sound. This podcast is produced, edited, and emceed by Kaleb Wade. Hey, that's me, the voice that is saying all this right now. Our third season performers are Anita, Extal, Morshadi, and Lola. If you'd like to follow the development of the podcast and get updates on when episodes are coming out, please feel free to follow me on Blue Sky and Instagram at KalebIsBelak. That's KalebIsBelak. I'm not sure if there will be a podcast Blue Sky, but I am thinking about it. Links to where you can find our cast will also be in the description below. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please consider leaving a rating and review on wherever you find us and follow. It helps us get out to more people. Also, we're now on YouTube. All of Season 1 and 2, as well as our one-shots, are a part of Crend-Demented Presents, so consider giving us a follow. I also do video game stuff on there, so if you've ever wanted to see me cackle at, I don't know, me being bad at playing Lara Croft Tomb Raider, feel free. It's a fun time. We'll be back with the next episode soon, so keep your magical implements at the ready, stay safe, and remember that you are loved and not alone.